Hello humans, Master Dinner Flex here, bringing you the low quality content you deserve, and today I will be going over Chaos, and this is definitely something you're looking at. So I think I tried an identity of this deck like close to 2 years ago, sometime around 2022, because I noticed when the Bystials were just released, there were like so many ways to like make light or dark level 6s, so I thought, you know, what if I could make a Chaos deck that was just like this rank 6 turbo, just summon a bunch of level 6, rank 6 XEs, level 8 synchros, even level 10s now with Dissipator. So there was like a lot of really cool stuff you could do with this deck. But I don't think it was fully there until Dissipator, but even then, I just kind of forgot about it. So then, forward along, we get 3 Malicious back. I'm testing out some Malicious decks idea. And then I remembered I made this deck a while ago, so I thought to update it and show it off. And normally in these kinds of videos, I would do a quick combo to demonstrate how it works. But because it's so open-ended, I think the replays will do a better job of demonstrating it. So now that that's out of the way, let's get into it. And we are going to start off with the Fiendsmith, all 3 of them. And then, of course, the accompanying Fiendsmith spells. So I don't know what their actual names are going to be. And this is like an honorary part of this engine for this deck specifically. Chaos Betrayer, which, while it's in the graveyard, it can banish the light and dark to special summon it, and then it banishes itself when it leaves the field. But obviously, the reason you play this Light Fiend is not just because it's level 6, not just because it's light, and not just because it puts 2 of itself on board, but because of the fact that it's a fiend. It can make a High King Kaisar, which is a broken card, and as we've seen early, people are just going to use this engine exclusively to make High Kaisar in any deck they can possibly think of, because Konami doesn't know what a restriction is. Now that we do that, so we have like multiple ways to get level 6 fiends on board, and this is a pretty common make in this deck. Not to mention, you can just use it for any other XE. So, pretty good. The spells, this searches and discards a card, which is really nice because a lot of these cards want to be in the grave, like Plague Bearer and Malicious. And then a token summoner to have this engine work, which if you don't know, this gets this, which summons a token, which summons a link. The link special summons one out of the deck, and then the one in the graveyard shuffles back the link to get itself, so you have 2 level 6 fiends. For High Kaisar, or whatever rank 6 you want to make. Then we got Bystials, 2 Lubellion, 1 Magnema, 1 Saronir, 1 Druid's Worm, and 1 Baldrake. Just 1 of each. You don't want to flood your deck with a bunch of these, even though they are really good. You have to, because of how this deck operates, you have to already be playing for them to work. So you really don't want to have that many of them. But now that we got this, probably the coolest engine in the deck, Overdrive Teleporter. It is a tribute summon. You cannot special summon this card, but it is a light, so it is graveyard fuel. But you have so many ways to special summon out a monster that your one normal summon that you're ever going to use is probably this. So that's fine. But you can pay 2,000 life points to special summon 2 level 3 psychic monsters from your deck. So normally what you summon is either Ghost Ogre or Frankenderp, or Frankenderp and Mental Tuner. So Ghost Ogre and Frankenderp. So after you summon these, you're going to summon the level 6 Synchro Chaos Beast, which has really specific materials, a light tuner and a non-tuner dark. But it's actually an insanely powerful card. Basically, if a card is banished during that turn, it's 3,000 attack. And then you can target a banished light and dark monster you have, add it to your hand, which is nice. And then every turn it's to the graveyard except the turn it's sent initially. You can banish a light and dark from your graveyard to special summon it back, which is really, really powerful, because basically, on the following turn, you can banish, like, key resources, summon it back at 3,000 beater, and then grab back one of the resources you banished, so it itself is a follow-up, which is really nice. And then on the initial turn, after you synchro summon it, you'll usually banish the Ghost Ogre with, like, a Bystial, and then grab back the Ghost Ogre. So it's just really, really strong. And you can even, like, when summoning it back next turn, grab back the Ghost Ogre again after using it, and keep that cycle going. So it's really cool. But Mental Tuner, it's normally a level 3 tuner, but it has the effect to modulate its level to either turn itself into a level 2 or a level 4 by banishing or returning monsters from graveyard to banished, which is really cool. So next, we got 3 Malicious. It's a Level 6 repeating body over and over again. Plague Spreader is really nice because you do want some level 2 tuners in this deck, and this can put Malicious back on top of the deck if you drew too many, or just whatever other Garnets. Like, you don't really ever want to draw Frank and Derp without Emergency Teleport. And then we got 3 Assault Synchrons. This one's really nice because it's a tuner that special summons itself, so you can like use it for tribute fodder or whatever else, any other tribute summon you might need. Outside of that, because of the fact that it has the ability to revive a tributed monster, there's some cases where you summon like a Bystial and this, and go all the way into Dissipator, and then tribute the Dissipator for overdrive, and you know you're getting it back. There's a lot of hilarious interactions like that. Then finally, probably one of the strongest monsters in here, Chaos Creator. So banish the light and dark, and then if there are 3 or more banished monsters with different names, you can put 2 at the bottom of the deck and then summon the 3rd one. This is really nice, really nice. And I'll tell you one thing: people get annoyed when you Omega Dissipator to double Omega them. People get livid when you Omega Dissipator Omega and then Chaos Creator Omega, especially when the Chaos Creator is putting back the cards from their hand back into the deck. That is very satisfying. But it can also just be a bunch of extenders. It can do a lot for you. This card is very strong. And it's the only, like, main deck Chaos monster I wanted to play. The rest is, like, Beast, and then, like, the Bystials are arguably Chaos monsters. So for the spells, we got Chaos Space. It can search Creator or Lubellion. It's at 1, so I'll play 1 of it. Emergency Teleport, 3 of them. Ready Fusion, you got some nice targets, one being Avalon to be that level 2 tuner, or you can do Soul Hunter, which so happens to be a Dark Fiend. So it's another thing to help make Kaisar. And then we got 2 tuning, do this ratio instead of the other because Droll exists. Branded Regain, pretty obvious, you want something for Lubellion to get, and plus, when you banish the Malicious to summon the Malicious, the first Malicious is put to the bottom of the deck and draw 1, and now your Malicious can be 4 bodies, which is really nice. Or 3 bodies, my bad. And then Foolish Burial for fairly obvious reasons. For the extra deck, this obvious I already explained. SP, probably the only real link you want to play. This combo I already explained. Omega and Dissipator are great examples. Excel Stardust Synchro, so when you have a level 2 tuner at a level 6, but you don't have a way to repeat that level 2 tuner, you can go into this, and usually you just want to use it that way anyway. And Neck Hunter and Avalon I've already explained, so the last monsters are obviously the rank 6s, the namesake of this deck. We got M7 to recycle back resources, usually a follow-up monster, or a way to clear off a board turn 2 or turn 3. Pretty nice. Beatrice to help set up more rank 6 plays by dumping Malicious or whatever else needed, maybe like a tuner. It's usually in the realm of possibility. Lars is just an Omni negate. We're not playing dinos or reptiles, so we only get the 1 negate out of it, but it's still very strong. Dragublia, or this card's really nice. It's a disruption monster. Usually I don't want to go for this that often, because one thing about the attributes I always try to keep in mind is because Super Poly is getting really popular, I want to keep the amount of darks on field to a minimum. So usually I'll keep it low. And it's one of the nice things about Kaisar and Lars. Because they're water and fire, they don't match up with any other attributes, so they're usually not ones to get super polyed, which is nice. Then we got Willow, which this card's just like a pseudo DD Crow, and can help boost monsters. And then finally Utopia Beyond, obviously for that push for game on the following turn. Very nice. And then for the side deck, most of the options are up to you. I would say, if you want to keep attributes in mind, there are plenty of light and dark hand traps, which is very handy. But outside of that, I have extra deck ideas I thought about using. Exabeetle, Protector Whelp, and then obviously the Buster Dragon. So if you don't know how this works, if you can make a Link 2 and a rank 6, you make the Link 2 to dump Destruction Sword, and when you make Exabeetle, it equips this, and then your opponent can't special summon from the extra deck. It sounds cool in theory, but one problem with this combo is this card's attack is going to be like 1200. So you actually have to have another thing to prevent it from being attacked over, which sometimes Willow can do it, usually not. Usually in decks you use this, you want like a Utopia thing or a genuine attack blocker to prevent it from happening. But yeah, so that's why I haven't decided to actually put it in the deck yet, because there's nothing to really protect its Floodgate effect. I'll need to do a lot more experimenting to get that working. But outside of that, that's going to be it from the deck list. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Obviously, I got more replays to show you. This deck is very, very cool. I don't know how to describe it, because it's so... I'm at a loss for words. It's very strange, but it's very creative and very fun. I honestly love it, and I think you guys should give it a try. But that's gonna be it for me. Thank you all for watching, and remember, Master Interflex will take your soul.
I said I said